Hello everyone, my name is Kate Kozup, and my TED Talk is going to be on general education for Kim Schaefer's CWI 101 class. But before I get into this, I just want to tell you that in this presentation, I will be talking to you about general education. Now, if you are a student dreading the thought of taking these classes, I am here to encourage you. While many think of gen eds as a waste of time, there are actually many beneficial aspects to these courses and are key to your first step as a college student. But first, I would like to define what general education is. So, general education is the foundation of basic knowledge that includes history, math, science, world studies, communication, and diversity. By this, I mean that through general education, you will be able to learn how to think and write clearly, effectively, critically, and be able to communicate with precision and force. So essentially, you will be able to analyze, evaluate, and synthesize information. It also helps us gain knowledge and understanding of the universe, society, and ourselves. And it will help us broaden our knowledge of other cultures, times, and we'll be able to make decisions based on the reference to the wider world and historical forces that have shaped it. Another aspect is it helps us understand and experience how to think systematically about moral and ethical problems. And lastly, it helps us achieve depth in some fields of knowledge. Now, the one thing about general education is that it can take up to multiple years to get through the course, meaning it can take up to 1/3 of your graduate degree and even sometimes half, depending on how well you do in the courses and how long it will take you, I guess. So the fourth point to this slide is the end goal of general education. So the end goal is to be able to have learning skills, literacy skills, and life skills. So by learning skills, I mean being able to critically think, collaborate, be creative, and communicate. As far as literacy skills go, this means skills in media, information, and technology. And then for life skills, you will be able to learn how to be flexible, initiative, have leadership, social skills, and be able to be productive. So that is essentially what general education is. But why is it important? So the one thing that general education teaches you, like I talked about before, is knowledge and several different skills. So by this, I mean you will be able to look into other viewpoints, communicate clearly and accurately, and be able to problem solve and create ideas. So this first point is really essential to general education. But more importantly, I think that the second point is personally the best benefit of general education. And this is you're able to explore different academic fields. So by this, I mean is that everyone that comes into college may not know what they want to do. And so the great thing about gen eds is it helps you explore different academic fields through the classes so that you can figure out what you're interested in if you hadn't known before. Now, you may be a student that actually does know what you want to do, and so you don't understand why you would have to take these classes. But one of the things is that you may think you want to major in this one field, but then end up taking classes and realizing that that's not your passion and that you would like to do something else. So that's something to keep in mind when you're taking these classes, is that that's definitely a benefit to general education. Another point is it helps refresh and broaden. So by this I mean is that some students take gap years, and so when they go into college, they have been out of school for a little bit. So the great thing about gen eds is it's going to help refresh that knowledge that you had previously learned in high school. However, if you are a student that's coming straight out of high school and is entering your first semester, it'll help you broaden your knowledge on those topics that you've already learned previously in high school. But I think more importantly is it's going to fill in gaps. So schools definitely do miss material, and the great thing about gen eds is it's going to fill in those gaps, which is really important because when you get into those higher level courses, it's important that you understand the foundation of those courses in the first place. So that's definitely something very important to consider. So I'm not assuming that everyone here has a negative view of general education, but just in case, I just want to give you tools to have a positive mindset. So I have given 5, and I will just go through them real quick. So It is there to benefit and not harm you. While many people can go into these classes just with a bad mindset, that it's just not fun and it's a waste of time, just remember that by learning, you are not going to lose anything, and it's going to be very beneficial to you. Also remembering that knowledge is power, meaning that the more you learn, the more successful that you can be, which is definitely an important aspect. But also remember, you can never be finished learning. So there's so many amazing things in this world that you can really just pick one topic and you could spend your whole life learning it. So there are some really great things to learn in these classes. Another is success requires critical steps. By this, I mean that which kind of flows into the last point to remember your end goal, is that if you want a degree and you are really passionate about it and you want to do that for the rest of your life, in order to be successful, there are some critical steps that you have to take, and one of those is general education. It is a requirement. But remember your end goal, that you want to be able to do your passion professionally, and so general education is just one of those steps that you have to take. But remember that it is to benefit and to not harm you. But before I end, I just would love you guys to take this quiz. And that is what general education is, what are examples of that, what kinds of skills will you learn, what are 3 reasons why general education is important, and most importantly, I really want you to reflect on the 5th question, which is to list 5 ways you can keep a positive mindset going in your general educations. So gen eds, sorry. I would really love you to reflect on that one specifically, and it doesn't have to be the reasons I gave. Maybe you can just personalize it, and I really think this will be helpful, because going into these classes, it's important that you have the mindset that you are here to learn and not just check a box, because there's so much to be learned or to learn. And so really reflect on these questions that I have for you, and just take some time and get some paper and a pencil out to take this quiz. And I really hope that this video was helpful and that you enjoyed it. So thank you.